What could this mean for the future of the show, the longtime hosts, and will the viewership remain the same? To help us answer that, I'm joined by NewsNation media contributor and founding editor of Mediaite.com, Colby Hall. Good morning. Are you a Wheel of Fortune fan?
Oh, I grew up watching Wheel of Fortune, of course. I don't find so much time in my day, but it's funny how like Wheel of Fortune still, when there's a really bad miss on a guest, nothing goes viral more on the internet than someone who totally biffs an obvious guest. So yeah, it's still wildly popular and very culturally relevant.
And there's a cult following to it, and part of that had to do with Pat Sajak and Vanna White, right? We've become familiar with them for 40 years. Can the show survive with a new host, given who watches it?
Well, I do think the average age of the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, it's not necessarily a show that's loved by kids, but it's a show that's loved by people that grew up with it, right? It's a sort of comfort food that comes on typically like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you're not watching the news, then it's a nice way to sort of like play the game as you go along. You know, it's interesting. This show, it's on year round. They have like almost 300 episodes, but they only spend about 9 to 10 weeks taping. They gang up 6 shows in a day's time. And Vanna White reportedly makes $3 million a year for 9 to 10 weeks of work annually. So, maybe she's ready to retire. I don't blame her. Move somewhere else and stop working. But I would cut a check for that gig right now. Maybe I could be the next Vanna White, because that's kind of a nice reward for limited work.
I know. It sounds like a pretty sweet gig. I like it too, Colby. What about the chemistry? I mean, in this day and age, everybody can see through if two people on TV don't like each other. So the chemistry is important, but it's a little curious to me that they didn't figure that out going into it, right? If her feedback was taken into account in selecting Seacrest as the host, or vice versa.
Right. I mean, I'm sure that they did some cursory meetings, but you don't really know how you're going to vibe with someone until you get in a work environment. I think there's 2 things here. One is generational. I've worked with Ryan Seacrest when I was at iHeartRadio, and I found him to be great, funny, total professional. He's also incredibly busy. When he's not just doing American Idol, he also has a nationally syndicated radio show every morning. So he's a guy that comes in ready to go, go, go. On the other hand, Pat Sajak, he only really hosted Wheel of Fortune, so I'm sure he came in with a more leisurely, relaxed vibe, and perhaps therein may lie the conflict. Now, Vanna White sources have said, have thrown cold water on this report, but it was out there. So clearly there's something going on. We'll see. Maybe Vanna White just sees this as a good time for her to dip and move on with her retirement.
Well, if they don't call you to replace her, if she chooses to go out, who do you think the likely successor would be? Is Sajak's daughter top of the list?
I mean, I will admit that I was unaware of Pat Sajak's daughter, but I think that's a lovely and elegant solution because she's familiar with the show. Also, there's a million sort of Instagram influencers who have tons of followers that if Wheel of Fortune producers want to go that route and appeal to social media influencers, there's tons of young entrepreneurs that would do that. But I think Pat's daughter is a perfect solution for Vanna White's replacement, if she wins.
Elegant is the right word. And yeah, bringing in a younger audience, maybe that is the recipe to do so. Colby, always a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.